Welcome to the Vitality Vault Podcast, your one-stop shop for health and wellness. Join us as we dive deep into the latest medical trends, break down complex health topics, and empower you to live a more vibrant life.
Hi there. I'm Dr. Bacchus Morris, a triple board certified physician who specializes in internal medicine, obesity medicine, as well as anti-aging, regenerative, and aesthetic medicine.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gerald Morris, and I am a double board certified physician in internal medicine and obesity medicine with special interest in peptide therapeutics, which I got certified in.
Together, we're passionate about helping you achieve optimal health and longevity. From exercise, nutrition, we'll be bringing you the latest cutting edge in terms of weight loss and everything else in the wellness world to help you achieve a healthier you.
So our goal is to help you live your best life. So whether you're looking for weight loss strategies, longevity, just want to live a little bit better, and have these tips that you can apply to your daily life from day one, we are here to help. So come join us on this journey.
Join the doctors, voted top internist in Tucson 4 years running. So let's unlock your potential together. Welcome to the Vitality Vault Podcast with Dr. B and Dr. G.
What is up, family? Welcome to another installment of Vitality Vault with Dr. G and the lovely Dr. B. So we are going to tackle, Dr. B, one that's near and dear to my heart. It's
well, you just
health.
gave it away.
I did. We're talking about joint health and joint inflammation in particular. It's a big topic.
Absolutely.
I think there's not one person that I haven't met in our practice that doesn't suffer with some level of joint pain.
Joints, yeah.
And we looked it up actually. And did you know the most commonly searched joint pain malady in Tucson is knee? Knee pain got the most searches, followed closely second by shoulder. So It is something that's definitely affecting, the public, widely. So a lot of patients are dealing with joint pain, and it happens from as early as when they were teens to then morphed into now when they're old, they're getting replacements.
And whether it be because of a previous injury or from osteoarthritis or some autoimmune arthritis, it's all inflammation in that joint. It's inflammation in the system, inflammation in the joint, causing pain, discomfort, and I could see that knee pain is probably one of the biggest ones, as I have a lot of patients who are complaining about their knees. I would think that is probably the most commonly replaced joint as well too here in the U.S. Lots of knee replacements.
And I have a personal relationship with knee pain.
Oh,
so the story goes. Let me tell you guys a little story. So we decided, about 3 years ago, we decided to take the family on a vacation, and we went skiing. Now we're from the Caribbean, so there's not many ski slopes in the Caribbean. So we decided, because our 11-year-old wanted to go skiing for the first time. So I was like, you know what?
For his birthday.
This. I played sports when I was a kid. I play sports now. I can ski. Come on. So we did lessons. I was safe. We did lessons. And then we decided to go out on the slopes.
I stayed on the kiddie slopes. I knew my limits.
Yes, and I should have known mine, but I didn't, because I have two boys, and they're like, Dad, come on, what are you doing? Let's go up on the bigger stuff. And I couldn't say, guys, I'm okay right here. My knees are buckling. I'm good. So we went up on the one above the bunny slopes, I think it was, right? And coming down the mountain, it was good in the beginning, but then I hit a beautiful slick patch of ice on that mountain. And then I think my my right knee went this way, and my left leg and body went the other way. And then I heard a clunk, pretty loud, when I hit the ice. And then come to find, we came back to Tucson. We were in Flagstaff. I got an MRI of my knee, and there was a medial meniscal tear right down the middle. So we have a personal relationship with joint pain and joint inflammation. And this is kind of what has brought us to this point, because Dr. B and I have done a lot of reading, a lot of research into ways you can just kind of heal and naturally, reduce the inflammation in the joint, because I wasn't going to have surgery. I'm sorry. I wasn't going to have surgery because I kind of know what can happen after surgery. So this is where we took our practice going into more longevity, trying to figure out what else is there out there, what else is out there to help with joint inflammation.
Absolutely. And so we use more natural methods.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that a different time, what we have to offer.
Yes.
But we use a combination of stem cell injections,
Oh, yeah.
stem waves,
Shockwave therapy.
and just like basically making sure that you're eating foods that are anti-inflammatory, taking the right supplements. So we'll talk about some of those in this episode. So for healthy joints to be able to support mobility and continue to do what you love to do in life, we want to make sure that we reduce the amount of chronic inflammation, because chronic inflammation can damage joint tissues and contribute to other conditions, like it says here, arthritis, or other autoimmune problems as well too. Consistent care through diet, the right exercise, make sure we're managing our weight appropriately, and definitely stress reduction is going to help with improving your joint health. So when we're talking about diet and joint health, foods that will help to support healthy joints, here are a few things. So omega-3 fatty acids are huge in terms of anti-inflammatory. And you could take it as a supplement, but there's so many foods that you can incorporate that has omega-3 fatty acids. So salmon is great, nice, healthy, fatty fish. You can also get it from some plants such as flaxseed, chia seeds, and walnuts. And the omega-3s help to decrease inflammation overall, helps with joint swelling and stiffness. Make sure you're eating foods rich in fruits and vegetables. They have lots of antioxidants that can help to combat those toxic effects of, different things that we come into contact day by day, and helps to reduce inflammation. Whole grains such as oats, brown rice, quinoa, these are also anti-inflammatory, helps to reduce the amount of CRP, which is an inflammatory marker in the body, and overall inflammation. It helps to support decreasing that. You definitely want to avoid overprocessed foods that are high in sugars, lots of trans fats. You want to keep those to a minimum. So fried, fatty foods, and obviously those that that has lots of added sugars in them. So like your sodas and just sweetened drinks, you want to avoid that as much as possible. Try to avoid too much red meat. So yes, red meat has a lot of nutrients and iron and other, other beneficial nutrients that you could get through your, through eating red meat. But too much of it, because it has a high fat content, that can actually go against you and increase the amount of inflammation in the body.
So like one of my patients told me, so basically the take home is, if it tastes good, doc, don't put it in my mouth. That's right. If you want to take it that way, if it tastes good, don't put it in my mouth.
Yes. You're right, because when we go back to the red meats, a lot of people, like I have some patients that have been brought up on, we call it the meat and potatoes diet.
Taters.
And, depends on where they grew up and who their parents were and if they had a farm, etc. Like that's, they love their meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Like literally, that's what they would have for dinner 5 out of 7 days per week.
Yep. Nothing green on the plate.
And so I say to them, well, make sure you're eating the lean cuts of meat. And they're like, Dr. B, but the stuff, the marbled stuff, the ribeye steaks, that's the stuff that tastes really good. But unfortunately, that's the stuff that has the extra saturated fats. That's not going to be too good for your arteries, for your joints, for your weight. So we want to minimize that.
Yeah. Next up is physical activity and weight management for joint care. So low impact is where you should start. So if you're someone who's a little bit heavier, you should be starting with low impact exercises, whether it be walking after dinner. Swimming is amazing when the weather is right.
Yes.
Water aerobics, doing things like yoga and Tai Chi, which can help with balance as well. Now, obviously, before you start any kind of weight loss regimen in terms of physical activity, you want to make sure you speak to your doctor, talk to your healthcare professional, see what's going to suit you at this point. Now, as you improve, you can begin to change things up. And everyone everyone should be incorporating some level of strength training in their physical activity routines. I know a lot of people, they're gym rats and all they do is treadmill. Yes, that's good, but if you really want to win at the game of life in terms of physical activity, you have to have some level of strength training built into your routine. It's going to help you conquer and do better. And honestly, strength training will keep those joints working really well. All right, so let's just talk about some things that you can do right now. If you're someone who's dealing with joint inflammation, that you can do right now at your health food store, you can go to your local, GNC, or even talk to your healthcare provider, talk to your doctor to see if you would benefit from any of these particular supplements to be added to your diet. Now, I know we've all heard it out there, right? Oh, Doc, can I just get these from food? Let's be honest. The way foods are done now, in the last 50 years, completely different to the way they were farmed and processed 50, 100, even 25 years ago. So being able to get the right amount of those nutrients in your diet is much, much more difficult. And not only that, but when you get it, is it real good quality? So Dr. B and myself, we are firm believers in supplementation of the diet because we know that the foods we have are not as nutritious as they used to be. Like we grew up in the Caribbean, so we had farms. We had chickens and goats in the backyard. We had trees where you could pick the fruit. I mean, now everything comes from the tree of Fry's or the tree of Walmart, where they're processed somewhere else and then and that's what we have to eat. So adding supplementation to your diet at this juncture in our ecosystem at this time in our lives, I think it's the best thing you can do for yourself, especially if you're dealing with maladies like joint inflammation. So a few of the ones that I want us to go through are glucosamine and chondroitin. Everyone knows that one, right? Everyone has seen it. It's I think a couple good ones out there are OsteoBioflex. I mean, I just mentioned it because patients tell me about it. Mm-hmm. That's a good one to be on. Omega-3s, like Dr. B mentioned earlier, really good for reducing inflammation. Once we can do that, we're good. And when you're thinking omega-3s, you want to make sure it has a good DHA and EPA content. About 1,000 milligrams, some studies have shown, are a good amount to have. Curcumin, that one is found as the active ingredient in turmeric. So it's that yellow dye you see in some East Indian dishes. It's that yellow coloring spice. Works really well to block actual inflammatory enzymes, which can be degrading the actual tissues in the joint. And Boswellia serrata, that's another Indian herb traditionally used, and it does help to manage pain and inflammation. Now, both the last two, curcumin and Boswellia, they do help to block MMPs, which are the enzymes in the joints, which can help which are degrading things, and they also help to work on NF-kappa beta, which is a little bit of science for you. That's that a molecule that kind of starts off an inflammatory cascade. So these are good ones to be on if you want to kind of help reduce your overall inflammation. And the beautiful thing is you don't need a prescription to get these. Right. Obviously, talk to your healthcare provider first before you start any of these. Mm-hmm. And if they say, hey, go ahead and try it, go ahead and try it. Obviously, look up the company first when you get your supplements and make sure it's a reputable company. Make sure it's third-party tested, right? And if you're uncertain, bring it to your doc. Have them take a look at it.
And just going off what you said about getting these supplements from foods,
Mm-hmm.
like those last two, two of my favorites, especially curcumin from turmeric. So I've had patients who've asked me, Doc, can I just add extra turmeric to my food? And yes, you can, but the amount of turmeric that's actually in these studies in terms of how much you need to take to reduce the inflammation is quite a bit, to the point where, if you add all of that to your food, it probably wouldn't taste good because that's a very aromatic and very strong,
very potent spice. It's a very potent spice.
I mean, I love cooking with it, but there's no way that I can pack like 500 milligrams of that into my foods. So I prefer to take that via capsule to supplement it instead of trying to get all of that through whether I'm cooking it in a dish or I'm doing what is that called? Golden milk is an Indian tea that has lots of turmeric and spices in it. But yes, you just can't get the amount that's studied that to help to reduce that inflammation. So, and it's just easier to take it.
It is much easier.
You can eat it still because it's not like you're going to overdose on it.
No.
But
the food is going to taste really, really powerful.
Rich. Absolutely.
And Dr. B's used to that because that's her culture. So they do a lot of spicy foods.
So here we have some other effective supplements that can help with joint health and reducing inflammation. Ginger is a great one that helps to reduce pain and stiffness. And ginger, for overall health benefits as well too. So it's a great one to have there in your diet on a daily basis. Capsaicin is actually a compound that's found in chili peppers, and it helps to desensitize nerve endings to reduce pain. So it helps with overall pain. It also helps with some neuropathy pain as well too. We have SAMe, which is a natural compound that helps to relieve joint pain, also helps with overall mental health as well. We have avocado soybean compound here that helps to reduce inflammation. And we have cat's claw, which is a vine found in South America, and it's used to help to reduce inflammation and to boost cognition.
Yes, that's a vine, not a real cat. Okay? Cat's claw. Vine, please. All right, Dr. B, that was joint inflammation. I hope you guys picked up something new today. And like I said, we just wanted to make sure you had something you could do today, some actionable items you can do today to help if you are suffering with some level of joint inflammation. Once again, talk to your healthcare provider, figure out if any of these are something you can take based on your health status and medications you're taking currently if you are on medications, because we don't want you to mix and match without getting a proper consultation done. All right. So hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching this episode of the Vitality Vault with the lovely Dr. B and her husband, Dr. G.
It was lovely having you guys. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching and listening to the Vitality Vault with Dr. B and Dr. G. Don't forget to check out our other informative episodes as the doctors dive deep into your health and wellness so you can live a more vibrant life.